Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Fabula Ultima TTJRPG. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this tabletop role-playing game that attempts to bring the Japanese RPG video game experience to your table, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to continue with the character classes, starting with the Orator. Some are graceful and ever-smiling, others are subtle and witty. Orators are as good at reading someone's heart as they are at rounding up allies for their cause, sometimes unintentionally. The words of an orator may rekindle spirits or plunge their opponents into despair. Over the centuries, some orators' talents have brought entire nations to ruin, and just as many have granted fallen kingdoms a chance to rise from their very ashes. The orator has skills such as Condemn. You may use an action and spend 5 mind points to perform an opposed insight plus willpower check against a creature that can hear and understand you. Describe your accusations. If you succeed, the target loses a number of mind points and suffers the dazed or shaken condition, your choice. You gain a bonus equal to skill level to your insight plus willpower checks for this skill. You also have things such as Unexpected Ally. You may use an action and spend 1 Fabula point to choose a non-hostile creature able to hear and understand you. If you do, that creature becomes helpful towards you, so long as you are kind and respectful to them and your requests are reasonable. Then we have the Rogue. Be they criminals, rebels, or spies, rogues are more than willing to play dirty in order to get what they want. Rogues are generally quick, witty, and elusive. While a few of them are infamous for being mostly concerned with their personal wealth and profit, many see themselves as fighting against injustice, tyranny, or social exclusion. Tragically, it is quite common for rogues to end up being painted as threats by those same people they fight for. You have skills such as Chip Shot. When you hit a creature with an attack, if the attack only targeted that creature and they are suffering from 1 or more status effects, you may have it deal extra damage equal to skill level plus the number of status effects on the creature. You also have Dodge. As long as you have no shields and no martial armor equipped, your defense score is increased by your skill level. Then we have the Sharpshooter. A majority of sharpshooters are exceptionally good at dealing with threats from a carefully calculated distance. Others are brave, skilled, or reckless enough to engage their foes at point blank. While many of these skilled snipers are battle-hardened soldiers, some have turned to a life of piracy, bounty hunting, or banditry. A few have put their abilities at the service of the people, or used them to protect a sacred or forbidden site from intruders. You have skills such as Barrage. When you perform a ranged attack, you may spend 10 mind points to choose one option. The attack gains multi 2, or you increase the attack's multi-property by 1, up to a maximum of multi 3. You also have Crossfire. After a creature you can see performs a ranged attack, you may spend an amount of mind points equal to the total result of their accuracy check in order to have the attack fail automatically against all targets. You can only use this skill if you have a ranged weapon equipped, and it has no effect if the accuracy check was a critical success. Next we have the Spiritist. Spiritists have developed a powerful connection with the raw aspects of soul, emotion, energy, life, and death. They wield power both miraculous and frightening, and are quite often affiliated with cults or religions. Several worlds see the powers of spiritism as gifts from a deity, or proof that a person's heart is pure. However, there is no definite proof of these abilities coming from anything but discipline, empathy, and focus. You have skills such as Healing Power. When you cast a spell that targets 1 or more allies, if you have an arcane weapon equipped, you may have each of those allies recover an amount of hit points equal to skill level multiplied by the number of bonds you have. This healing is separate from any healing caused by the effects of the spell. You also have Spiritual Magic. Each time you acquire this skill, learn one Spiritist spell. Offensive Spiritist spells use Insight plus Willpower for the magic check. Spiritists have spells such as Cleanse. You strengthen and purify the soul energy coursing through your companions. Each target recovers from all status effects. You also have Soul Weapon. You imbue a weapon with the cleansing energy of your spirit. Until this spell ends, all damage dealt by the weapon becomes of the light type. If you have that weapon equipped while you cast this spell, you may perform a free attack with it as part of the same action. This spell can only be cast on a weapon equipped by a willing creature. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to continue with the character classes, including the Necromancer. I think that the Orator will excel in social situations, of course, especially in towns, villages, and cities. Or perhaps you could obtain some allies there and take them to any dangerous adventure site outside of civilization. When it comes to the Rogue, this is all about opportunistic attacks, and of course slipping out of your enemy's reach. And I really like this Sharpshooter, it is so over the top. That skill where you are basically shooting, or rather knocking down your opponent's ammunition in mid-flight using your own ammunition, is so cool. You are potentially the pinnacle of ranged combat. And concerning the Spiritist, this is all about healing, supporting, protecting, but you do have some offensive spells as well. And remember that these skills and spells are just a small glimpse of everything else that these classes include. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.